Hi, in this video, we will learn how to read different rows and columns and data from a data frame, like specific data from a data frame. So, so let us go to the code that we have been using throughout these videos. So in the previous video, we have used a variable that comes default in R, that like cars, and we have seen that this car variable uh, stores the speed and distance. So for example, let us learn how you can select specific row and column data from this data frame. For example, if we want to read the values in the row 4, like row 4 has 7 and 22, we want to read specifically row 4. So one of the ways is like you write a variable name, put a bracket, like parentheses, and the first value you put is the row, and the second value you put is the column. When you don't put anything, it means all the columns. So when I write cars dot cars comma nothing, that means you're saying all the values in the column row 4. So I'm printing that. Similarly, you can read a specific column. For example, I want to read all the values in column 1. So this car variable, nothing in the first, like before comma, means I'm taking all the rows, and after comma 1 means I'm taking column 1. So let's see how it looks like. So you see that this is basically all the values in column 1. Let's compare first few lines. So you see that the column 1 has 4, 4, 7, 7, 8, 9, 4, 4, 7, 7, 8, 9. So basically it's reading the first column. You can select column using the column name cells. For example, here column is speed and distance. So to do this, what you have to do is like write a variable name, put a $sign, and write a column name. For example, this one. So this is giving the same thing as same before. So you're reading this speed column and storing the variable values to A2 variables. So in order to read specific value having specific row and column, for example, if we look at this, we want to read value in, for example, row 5 and column 2. So what I'm doing here is cars row 5 column 2 and print it. You see 16, here it is 16. So these are ways you can read specific row, specific column. You can read you can also read specific value having specific row and IDs. Another example is, this is a very common example. For example, you want to select all the speed, like all the rows with speed values greater than 4. For example, you see that they're like 4, 4, 8, you're saying that 4, 4, 7, 8, 9, but you want to only those rows that has speed value more than 4. So this is an example. So you're saying cars variable inside the car variable. So you want like to select the rows. So that's why what you're doing is putting this kind of condition before the comma that's applied to the rows. So you're saying that all the values in the column 1 having a value more, or like have value more than 4 is selected. And for this, nothing in after comma means all the columns. So let's see how it looks like. So see, initially our car variable had this one, but after I put the condition, you see there's no speed value like less than 4 or like 4 or less than 4. All these values initially that was there is not there right now, because we say that select all the rows where the first column has a value greater than 4. So this is a very good example of if you want to select specific rows having specific value in the column. So let's see another condition. So now you want to select all the rows that has a speed value greater than 4 and less than 9. So let's see how it looks like. See, these speed values are greater than 4 and less than 9. So you're selecting a specific. So you can apply this to anything, a lot of things. So these are the examples I have been showing. Like you can apply to other examples, like even like this one. This condition is saying that speed value were greater than 4, but distance value is smaller than 16. The previous one was all with speed, but this one is one condition for speed, one condition for distance. So select all the rows that has a speed value greater than 4 and distance value smaller than 16. So what I did is in the car variable, so this is the condition. What I'm saying is the column 1 should have a value greater than 4. And this is and, this is and, this is like condition, like this is like saying that both of these should be applied. And column 2 is less than 16. So now look how it looks like. See, none of, like all of these distance less than 16 and these are like greater than 4. So this is an useful example. So you can also check like the dimension of the variable that you're working with using the command like dimension, like dim. So this is like an example of this is an example how you can actually manipulate or read different rows, columns, and select specific row columns from the data. Yeah, so that was all about how you can work with Dataframe, like how you can select and read Dataframe data sets. So thanks for that.